Hi guys, this is part two of my introduction as Chris. I am Chris, the ESL teacher in Beijing. I just thought I'd talk to you and tell you basically how the hell I ended up being an ESL teacher in Beijing, or even a teacher. I used to be a lorry driver before I did this, 13 years. When my wife first mentioned coming to Beijing to be a teacher, an English teacher, it scared the hell out of me because the biggest fear was that because I am dyslexic, and obviously there are different forms. People don't know much about dyslexia. There are different forms out there, and just one. The weirdest version of dyslexia I've come across, or probably more extreme, is a child who could not read, or we thought he couldn't read. And it turns out his form of dyslexia was that he couldn't see words if it was printed on anything but, I think, red paper, red or green, I can't remember. That was the reason why if you didn't print it on that colour, I think you had to put it on green paper, he could not see it. He could physically not see the words. As soon as we put him on that, he could start reading. So, I mean, that's that form. You got like I said, there's a couple others. More common one. My one is I cannot see words. I can see letters, but I can't see the shape of a word. So like if you had let's say a word because, most people just see the word because, but all I see is the letters spread out, BECAUSE, and I physically cannot see a word in my mind. So worst thing for me is when people ask me how to spell a word, because I have to physically write it down because I am literally blind. Even my own name, I know how to spell my own name, but when someone asks me to spell it out, I have to think about it because I cannot see the word. And yeah, it makes life harder to learn. But I don't buy the excuse. I don't like when people say, you get some people out there say, oh, I can't read or write because I'm dyslexic. That's not an excuse. It just makes life harder. It is hard. It doesn't mean you have to be stupid. You don't have to be thick. This is the thing. Dyslexia doesn't mean you're thick or stupid. It just means you have to learn in a different way. It doesn't mean you can't learn. You just have to learn in a different way. As it turns out, I am very good with phonics. That turns out to be my strongest part of teaching. And what is really surprising is how many teachers here cannot teach phonics. And when I say that, proper teachers, like a colleague of mine who taught me a lot, a guy called Adam, who is a teacher, what I call a teacher's teacher. He studied teaching. He left and went to university as a teacher. So he knows his stuff. Those sort of teachers obviously know. But people like me who've done their TEFL certificate and then come over here to basically learn your career as a teacher, I'm really shocked how many people cannot do phonics. And yet for me, it's the easiest part. So I've now I've clicked on about this and realised that I have a unique niche here, because when I was doing my TEFL course, the teacher was teaching us. I asked her about this. Would it work being someone that's dyslexic in the hand? And she said yes, because they don't recognise it. In China, they do not recognise dyslexia, so they don't know how to teach beyond that. They don't know how to deal with it, which I do. And my teachings in English is very much, I teach as everybody's dyslexic, which means you cover everybody, you get everybody. If you just do the normal way, normal standard way of teaching it, most people do. You'll get the guys, children that are up above, really intelligent, will pick it up really quickly, and then you have the people in the middle, not as quick, but they'll still get it. But then you've got the bottom guys that will not get it, and they will struggle and struggle. Where my way, everybody gets it. Yes, the people at the top will learn a lot quicker, but they'll get bored because they'll find it too easy. But they still learn where they want, and the guys at the bottom are learning because now I've teach it in a way that they understand. And I'm now starting to capitalise on it. But yeah, I mean, so you can imagine someone like me. Funny enough, becoming a teacher has actually helped me improve my spelling and the understanding of the English language. And what a bloody awful language it is to teach. It's horrendous. You do not realise how hard English is until you come to teach it. But yeah, so you imagine someone's ducked jobs that involved a lot of that side of things, either typing or writing office work. Well, that scared the hell out of me, and it took my wife Yvonne probably 2 years to really talk me around coming here. But in the end, we did it. I think what finally did it is that I woke up one day and we weren't going anywhere. We would we were okay, but that was our life, just the same. We weren't getting on top. And I just kind of woke up one morning and thought, I'm going to wake up the next tomorrow and I'll be 50, still in the same position. And I couldn't handle that. I like to do things that something adventurous. No, I'm not talking about extreme, but I can't just do the same thing. I'm not a factory worker. I know I'm not like people in the old days, or even my nan, where they just worked in the same job for years and years and years until they retired. I have to do things. I have to change. I have to know I've lived. I've done something. So yeah, we came over here, and I won't lie to you. I heard when you first come here, it would take anywhere from 6 months to a year to get used to living here. That's true. It took a year. It really does. A lot of people don't last more than 6 months, especially if you're on your own. I was lucky I had Yvonne, but it was still very, very hard. And I will say, bear in mind, I'm 43, going on 44 this year. I came here at 39. My best advice for you, do not do it at that age. It's a lot harder. If you're used to doing things like that, then it's nothing to you. But if you've never ever emigrated to another country, I've been on holiday. I've been to a couple of weeks now, like France, Belgium, Germany, Spain, But I've never ever been this far around the world, and I've never lived anywhere else. So you can imagine, I've spent my life, 39 years in England, kind of institutionalized. So it's a lot harder. It really is a lot harder when you do it at that age. You're better off doing it in your 20s. If you can do it, do it. It's the best thing. It's a life learner. I'm not the same person. Me and my wife are not the same person that arrived here. When I left England, both for us, we were different people to what we are now. Because just the experience of learning. Just living here, meeting different people. Unless you're really stupid and blind, you will change. And I recommend you do it. But anyway, so that is that bit. I'm not going to keep going on because I'm boring you now. But like I said, I'm trying. Like I said on my last video, I want to get to a live stream. I need 1,000 likes. So please slap around that like button, take it out for dinner, and press it. And I will speak to you next time. Cheers.